Private, E1, entry-level soldier. This is where every enlisted soldier starts their journey in the US Army. At E1, you're a fresh recruit with no insignia on your uniform, a blank slate ready to be forged into a soldier. Your world revolves around basic combat training, BCT, where you learn the fundamentals, marksmanship, drill and ceremony, army values, first aid, and the art of teamwork. Privates don't give orders, they take them. It's all about learning discipline, building resilience, and proving you've got what it takes to wear the uniform. Promotion to E2 usually happens automatically after about 6 months if you stay squared away. Private, E2. First promotion. Now you're wearing a single chevron on your chest. You're still new, but you're no longer the newest of the new. At this level, soldiers start applying their skills in their military occupational specialty, MOS, whether that's infantry, mechanics, logistics, or intelligence. You're still under close supervision, but leaders are watching to see if you can follow orders without being babysat. With 6 months of service, steady performance, and no major screw-ups, you'll likely pin on E3 before long. Private First Class, E3, independent performer. The insignia is a chevron over a rocker. Now you're expected to handle your job with less hand-holding. You're no longer just a trainee, you're a functional member of the squad. Whether it's firing team maneuvers, operating a vehicle, or running communications gear, you've got to show independence. PFCS form the backbone of America's fighting force, reliable soldiers who keep the mission moving. Typically, promotion to PFC happens after a year in service, but high-speed troops can move faster. Specialist E4, technical expert. That green patch with the eagle on it means you're trusted for your technical skills. Specialists are the Army's workhorses, mechanics, signal techs, medics, intel analysts, the people who keep everything running. You're expected to know your MOS cold and help mentor newer soldiers. You don't hold leadership authority like a corporal, but you might supervise tasks in your specialty. Most soldiers hit this rank after about 2 years, though college grads or folks with prior civilian expertise can start here right out of the gate. Corporal, E4, first leadership role. Same pay grade as a specialist, but a whole different ballgame. With 2 chevrons on your chest, you're officially a non-commissioned officer NCO. That means you're in charge of a fire team of 4 to 5 soldiers. You set the standard in training, discipline, and morale. You'll be the one ensuring your guys are squared away, uniforms sharp, weapons clean, boots shined, and minds focused. Promotion to corporal requires leadership potential and usually the basic leader course BLC. It's your first taste of command in the Army. Sergeant, E5, backbone of the Army. 3 chevrons, that means you're a sergeant, the legendary backbone of the Army. This is where leadership gets real. You're directly responsible for your squad, training them, disciplining them, motivating them, and making sure they're mission ready. Sergeants also start writing counseling statements and performance reviews. Promotion requires solid evaluations, BLC completion, and usually around 3 years of service. At this rank, soldiers don't just follow you because of your stripes, they follow you because you've earned their respect. Staff Sergeant, E6, squad leader. 3 chevrons over 1 rocker. Staff sergeants command squads of 9 to 10 soldiers and are expected to be battle-tested leaders. You're coordinating training schedules, supervising day-to-day operations, and making sure your squad can deploy at a moment's notice. You also spend time mentoring young NCOs and developing them into future leaders. Promotion requires the Advanced Leader Course, ALC, an excellent track record, and usually around 8 years in uniform. Sergeant First Class, E7, Platoon Sergeant, 3 chevrons over 2 rockers. At this stage, you're the senior enlisted leader for a platoon, usually 30 to 40 soldiers. You're the right-hand advisor to the platoon leader, a second lieutenant fresh out of ROTC or West Point, and you're the one who makes sure their orders are realistic and executable. SFCS plan training, enforce standards, and keep the platoon sharp. Most soldiers hit this rank after 10 to 13 years, and it requires completion of the Senior Leader Course, SLC. Master Sergeant, E8, Senior Staff NCO, 3 chevrons over 3 rockers. Master Sergeants are big-picture leaders. Instead of focusing on a squad or platoon, you're working at the battalion level and above, handling staff duties, logistics, operations, and administration. You're the commander's trusted enlisted advisor for managing resources and planning missions. Promotion is tough and competitive, usually requiring 15+ years of service and top-notch performance. First Sergeant, E8, company-level leader, same stripes as a Master Sergeant but with a diamond in the center. That diamond means you own the company, not in command, but in spirit. As the senior NCO of a company, 100 to 200 soldiers, you are responsible for the health, morale, welfare, and discipline of every enlisted soldier. You're the commander's enlisted right-hand man or woman, and you set the tone for the unit. Every soldier in that company knows who the first sergeant is. Sergeant Major, E9. Senior enlisted advisor. 3 chevrons, 3 rockers, and a star in the center. Sergeants Major are senior enlisted leaders at battalion level and higher. You're not leading squads anymore. You're shaping the culture of entire formations. You advise commanders on soldier issues, enforce discipline across the board, and oversee big-picture operations. By now, you've got 16+ years of experience and have graduated from the Sergeants Major Academy. Command Sergeant Major, E9, Command Level Advisor. Same stripes, but with a star inside a wreath. A Command Sergeant Major is the senior enlisted advisor to battalion, brigade, division, corps, and higher-level commanders. You're visible, influential, and represent the enlisted force at ceremonies, meetings, and in the daily grind of Army life. You're the one ensuring thousands of soldiers maintain discipline and stay motivated. Sergeant Major of the Army, E9 SMA, top enlisted soldier. Only one soldier in the entire Army wears this rank. 3 chevrons, 3 rockers, an eagle, and 2 stars. The Sergeant Major of the Army is the Chief of Staff's right-hand enlisted advisor, the voice of every enlisted soldier in the U.S. Army. The SMA speaks for the enlisted force on training, equipment, quality of life, and modernization. It's the top of the ladder, the pinnacle of an enlisted soldier's career. Warrant Officer 1, WWII, entry-level warrant officer. Warrant officers are the Army's technical warriors. With a black square on a silver bar, WWIIs are fresh out of Warrant Officer Candidate School, WOCS, and stepping into highly specialized fields, like aviation, intel, cyber, or logistics. They're not about leading troops, they're about bringing unmatched technical mastery. Chief Warrant Officer, 2-5, CW, 2-CW5. Technical Masters. As you move up, 2 squares, 3 squares, 4 squares, and finally the single horizontal stripe of a CW5, you're becoming the Army's go-to authority in your field. CW2s are advanced leaders, CW3s are seasoned experts, CW4s shape policy at the brigade and division level, and CW5s are rare, legendary figures, the absolute masters of their trade. If you need an Apache helicopter pilot who can land in the dark on a postage stamp, you call a warrant officer. Second Lieutenant, 01, entry-level officer. The gold bar means you're a butter bar, fresh out of ROTC, OCS, or West Point. You command a platoon of 16 to 44 soldiers, but in truth, you're learning just as much as you're leading. Your platoon sergeant is your lifeline. Promotion to O2 usually comes after 18 to 24 months. First Lieutenant, O2. Developing leader. Now, wearing silver, you've got more experience under your belt. You might still lead a platoon, or you could be working in the company or battalion staff. You're expected to operate more independently, think critically, and prepare for company command. Captain, 03, company commander. With 2 silver bars, you command a company, battery, or troop, 100 to 200 soldiers. You're responsible for everything they do or fail to do. Captains are also key staff officers at higher echelons, handling operations, intelligence, or logistics. Promotion to Major usually comes around the 10-year mark. Major, 04, field grade staff officer. The gold oak leaf means you're a major. Majors are the planners and organizers, operations officers, executive officers, or specialty staff. You're shaping missions, allocating resources, and keeping battalions or brigades running. Lieutenant Colonel, 05, Battalion Commander, Silver Oak Leaf. You're in charge of a battalion, 300 to 1,000 soldiers, or serving in a senior staff position. This is where you prove you're ready for the big leagues. Colonel, 06, Brigade Commander. The Silver Eagle means you're commanding a brigade of 3,000 to 5,000 soldiers. Colonels are strategic leaders who bridge the gap between the tactical and strategic levels of war. General officer ranks: O7 to O10. Brigadier General, O7, 1 star, Deputy Division Commander or Senior Staff. Major General, O8, 2 stars, Division Commander, 10,000 to 15,000 soldiers. Lieutenant General, O9, 3 stars, Corps Commander, 20,000 to 45,000 soldiers. General, O10, 4 stars, Theatre Commander or Chief of Staff of the Army. And that brings us to the ultimate rank, General of the Army, the rare 5-star rank reserved only for total war. Last awarded during World War II to commanders like Eisenhower and MacArthur, it hasn't been used since Omar Bradley retired in 1981. If you want to dive even deeper into how this rank connects to our overall state of readiness, make sure you watch every DEFCON level explained in detail. It'll give you the full picture of how the US military scales its alert levels in times of crisis.